Good morning, folks. Hope everyone's having a great day. Was everyone happy with their dividends on YieldMax? It was announced at 6 o'clock this morning. I have all of the payouts. We'll read them later. Let's look first at these option positions and the normal stuff we look at for Defiance and just kind of the normal YieldMax stuff. All right, so maybe we'll start with the old 5-minute max spreadsheet. Okay. Left column first, we can see that 4 of our funds are underperforming right now. The market just opened, though, so that's not a huge deal. Here's the strike prices we sold, and here's the premiums we earned. Here's the current profit or loss. Now, here's the total for this month. We have QQY at 3.7 already for this month, positive. 22 cents a share. JEPY $1.5 million for this month, and IWMY at $1.3 million. JEPY has made 20 cents a share. QQY has made 22 cents a share. Dividend estimate right now for QQY is 84 cents. For JEPY, 75 cents. For IWMY is 80 cents. For USOY is $1.22. Let's look at some charts and let's look how these things opened up. Okay, well, first of all, I just happen to be checking out TLT. Look at TLT. It has another up gap. So it's 1 gap, 2 gap, 3 gaps. This is the 4th open gap in the past 5 days. 1 open gap is bullish. I mean, when it's on the top of the Bollinger Band. So 1 open gap is bullish. 2 open gaps is really, but 5. I mean, this thing's on fire. I just checked, and as of yet, the managers at Tress have not adjusted their position, but I would expect them to do that either today or tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on that, but I think that's going to be good news for Tress. But just let's just look at this. Yeah, Tress is up 70 bips right now, where TLT is just up 33 bips. So yeah, big day for Tress. Come on, Tress. I don't have any, but it's a big day for Tress. Okay, the normal things we follow, though, it looks like everything's up. Bitcoin's up, S&P's up, oil's up, NASDAQ's up, Russell's up. This is that's USO, that's oil also. So oil's up. The only thing that's down is bonds. Well, when bonds are down, it means TLT is up anyway, because they work inversely. So I'll be anxious to see what Jay and the guys do to adjust the position. Right now, the way it works on these straddle strangle swaps is you have one wing that's making all the money for you. I'm trying to think if I have it in here somewhere, if I've saved the trade in here. Well, I'll have that loaded up by lunch. I was just trying to illustrate there's 4 options they have, and there's one of them that's the call, because that's the way the price is going. That's the call for next week, and it's the one they have twice as many of. That's the whole idea about long volatility. When you get a big price move in either direction, it'll make your position appreciate, or when you get a boost from volatility. Or really, if you get a boost from both of them, is the way these long volatility trades work. All right, let's do this. Let's look at some profit boxes. So here's NASDAQ cash open. Okay, so NASDAQ cash open. It's also a bullish gap. That little face ripper at the end of the day, Friday, I think, was the hint that this week was going to be bullish. And look, since then, Monday kind of churned, but then Tuesday, higher high, higher low. Actually, Monday had a higher high and a higher low on the daily time frame. Tuesday had a higher high, higher low. Anyway, this thing is getting going now. So we have 2 days till Friday. What do you think we'll be at by Friday? You think we'll get 19 by Friday? Probably easily 19 by Friday. Yeah, we'll probably get, I'll draw a line there and we'll see if we get it by Friday. I'm saying 19 by Friday, if not before. All right, there's my pick. It's been a bullish 6 months. October to April was just, or October to May, or October to June now. I guess it's now 8 months. But October to June, it's just been incredible. All right, so here's S&P cash, same thing. Oh, it looks like the profit box didn't get drawn this morning. My apologies, but it is pretty much the same thing. So JUPY, just to check this out, they sold the 5,300 strike for $17. So that's all we need to know to draw the profit box. 5,317. So what I'm going to do is I'll just draw it real quick. Okay, in any event, we didn't need to draw the profit box to see that JEPY is probably at a full profit at this point of the day. So now we'll check out Russell. Okay, Russell is the weakest of the three right now. It opened above its profit box, but now it's settled back in a little bit. Okay, so we have two full profit, one partial profit, which is Russell. Now let's look, and Tress looks good. Tress is going to be a nice day, it looks like, and we'll look at, okay, that's Tress. Now let's look at USO. Now USO, which is USOY, they have options expiring today. These guys, unfortunately, sold the 76 put a few days ago. So when you sell the 76 put, that means your need prices at 76 or above. That's the bet. Well, right now we're way below, so we're going to have to pay to get out of this option trade. This option trade is going to be a loser. Even though we captured this income, we always capture the income, but the trade itself is going to lose. So the income goes to pay our dividend distribution, whatever they made off this, regardless of whether the trade wins or loses. They put this money into a separate bucket. They'll pay you whatever that adds up to on declaration day. But whenever there's a losing trade like this, you'll still get your dividend. But of course, the traders will mark the NAV down. The NAV will sell off. Okay, let's look at these Tesla. Let's look at Tesla and some of these stocks, some of these yield max ones we follow. Oh, look at Tesla opening down today. The people that own Crash are just about at full profit. Crash is an inverse Tesla fund, short put or a covered put fund, not a short put fund, a covered put fund. It's different. Anyway, their max profit's right around 171. And if Tesla keeps going down, we'll be there by lunch. Tesla's trading to 173 right now. Okay, so let's look over here at Coney. The Coney traders trade Coinbase options. Yesterday they blew out bull strikes yesterday, and they're still above bull strikes right now, or they're right at max profit on one of the strikes. Now we're going to look at these yield max dividends real quick. NVIDIA paid a huge dividend, 260 or something crazy. It paid 250 last time. This thing is killing it. So the reason these dividends are so high, and it's even higher than the amount of premium they're getting from the option selling activity. I'm trying to think. So this was 68%. This one was 162%. This was 108. That was an earnings week. But in a normal week, their vol's 60 or 70. So you'd expect 60 or 70. I would expect 60 or 70%, yearly dividend. But they got paid. Let's see, what is it here? Let me look. It was like 260. I had the thing saved. I don't know where it is. I thought I downloaded in any event, all right. Well, 260. So I'm just got to do this by hand because I can't find the freaking thing. All right. Well, 260. When you get paid that kind of money and it's a $30 stock, you know that comes. What is that? 8% a month. So 8% a month. What's 8 times 12? 96 or something, or 100 or something like that. You know, it's 100%. Whereas the premiums they're earning would more indicate 60 or 70. They did have earnings this week, so that had something to do with it. But they're getting the NVIDIA traders are giving you back a lot of capital appreciation also as it goes as NVIDIA goes up. You're getting your 60 or 70% from the option selling activity, and then another probably 30% from the capital appreciation. Remember, they have to pay you 90% of all money they make, regardless of its option premium or if the market cooperates and like the market cooperates and they make capital appreciation, they have to have 90% of it paid by the end of the year. So basically, at the end of the month, they just pay out whatever profits they have. I don't think they even let it build up to the end of the year. But when they have excess capital appreciation in a stock like this, and we've seen it other months in Coinbase and stuff, you're going to get it in your dividend. So I didn't realize that when I first started. I didn't realize that until I studied these. I'm learning a lot about these also. When I started studying, I figured they just paid you the dividend cut or the distribution out of the premium from the option, because pretty much that's what Jay says. But then if you watch his interviews, he had a really good one with Coach recently, and he talks about this very issue anyway, and it made me change how I do my estimates. But pretty much look at all the YieldMax stocks, pick the one that's up the most on the month. So this one, this one was up 30% or whatever. I mean, hell, it was on my buffer report. Let's go back here and look at the buffer report. But pick the one that's up the most for the month. I messed up my monthly buffer report. Well, anyway, that one right there, and then look at the IV they get from their option selling. And if it's, 70%, that's what they normally, so they're normally going to make a 60 or 70 div. But if they've had like a 30% capital appreciation in the underlying that month, add about 50% onto that div. Instead of 70, add 70 plus 35, 105. That's how I estimate these. Look at the one that's up the most and give them some extra credit. And on the other ones, if it's something that's down or flat, just take their IV and give them credit for that. And that's going to be pretty close. I didn't make an estimate video this time, but I estimate for myself, and that's how I do it. And that's the closest I've got. Let me know if you guys have different or better ways to estimate YieldMax dividends. Okay. So let's see if it is too early to look at the buffer report. We can always check. Okay. So here's the daily change. The high yield fund is in blue and the benchmark is in red. Okay. ULTY killing it today. That's great. QDTE's been having some QDT and XDT both beating their benchmarks today. We're going to give them, I'm kind of hard on them because sometimes they seem to lag, but not today. Not today at all. Great job, guys. Look, FEPI looks really solid today, and FEPI looks solid every day. Triple QI was actually the best index fund of all of them on the board yesterday, but not today. Triple QI and JEPQ are doing well, but they're kind of hanging behind. And you'd have to say JEPY so far this morning has been the most disappointing. USOY is outperforming. The Defiance Oil Fund is outperforming at this early point in the day. For some reason, my TRES isn't showing up, but we know it's out. I'll fix. We'll look at that. We know TRES is good. I don't know why that's happening. Okay, so here's the one-day change, daily change. Once again, the high yields in the blue, benchmarks in the red. You have to, it's NVIDIA, just like most days. It's NVIDIA. But look, it's not lately. AMD and Murni lately have not been getting any love, but they are today. So that's good. Other than that, the things that stand out is CLIP is outperforming the benchmark. Okay, which is KWEB. Nice job. Ybit stands out on the bad side, but I bet you anything that is is why. I bet you that's an ex-dividend or something. There's no way YBIT's really down that much. There's so many of these. I can't keep track of which one belongs to which family. There's YBTC, YBIT. I'm just not that big into crypto. I should be. I mean, Maxi was the best performing covered call fund of the year last year, and they trade crypto futures and they sell S&P options. So anyway, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. All right, guys, I'll be back at lunch. We'll see where we're at. Let's look at the market really quick to see which way see if we're still going up. In the indexes, here's NASDAQ. It's going sideways at this point in the day. Gap is still holding. SPX is with JPY trades. That one's coming down a little bit. That one touched the profit box. And here's Russell. Russell's inside the profit box. All right, we'll be back at lunch. We'll see how we're doing at that point. And I'll have the Tress, I'll figure out what's going on with Tress. But just, I know Tress never gets any love. So before we go, one more time, let's check out Tress. Oh, yeah, that's why Tress, my spreadsheet wasn't broken. Tress is showing unchanged here. The spreadsheet just picks up the price and puts it through. But there's no way Tress is really unchanged with the market up this much. I just don't believe it. I just think that it's not that liquid or something. I don't know. Anyway, at lunchtime, we'll have a better idea, guys. All right. I appreciate you guys. Have a good day. I'll be back soon.